everyone. Thanks so much for tuning in to the iZombie After Show. Tonight we are covering Season 3, Episode 5, Spanking the Zombie. Tune in.
You're tuning into the destination for TV superfan discussion, AFTERBUZZ TV. And now, let the buzz begin.
Anybody else?
Yeah.
Like assemblies, everybody singing together? It's okay. Maybe not everyone.
Yeah.
Yes.
Anyway, here's Wonderwall.
We're all feeling a little weird in the studio tonight. We apologize ahead of time.
Yeah.
But what's up, guys? We're back together again. Blake's not here. That's okay. She may pop up every now and then. She's got some scheduling issues.
Who knows?
But we're here, so yay. Guys.
All that matters.
Introduce yourself, even though they should know you.
Yeah.
Well, I'm Dave Child.
Oh boy.
You can find me at Mr. Dave Child on all of the internets, or go to davechild.com. My name's Dave Child.
Well, you do have a perfect name for that. Okay.
Amazing. Stunning. I'm Joelle Monique. You can find me all over the internet at Joelle Monique and every week at blackgirlnerds.com and right now in the chat.
Lovely.
Yeah.
And
Chat us up.
Yep. And I'm Hannah Prichard, you all. You can find me on Instagram and Twitter at the Hotshot Dude. Good times.
Yes.
Let's talk about this episode. Because
Spanking the Zombie.
I actually loved this episode. I know that it was more on the case than anything else.
It was a bit of a filler episode in some ways, but not in others. I feel like it was kind of a gift for the fan. Episode.
Exactly, and I think that's why I liked it so much, because it was hilarious. I laughed out loud. LOL.
It's like you're trying to convince us you're human right now. I laughed like humans do.
You know what? That's a little bit the way that I feel right now. Okay. So I'm checking in, making sure I'm alive.
Okay, fair enough.
I don't know. I'm turning into a zombie. I don't know. What are we saying tonight? But I thought this episode was absolutely hilarious.
Yeah.
Liv as the dominatrix. Dude, like, I actually could tell she was having fun in this episode. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, it seemed like she was having a blast playing that.
Those costumes, though, I will take that entire wardrobe. It's so sleek, so awesome.
Yeah.
Legit. Especially with her, like, you know, pale skin and white hair. You know what I mean? All the black was really working for her. And every...
Banging bod.
Yeah, banging bod.
Banging bod. It all worked out.
Let me be the bro on the panel
Yeah,
real quick. That banging bod.
I like that zombie banging bod. Check out that whip. Sign me up for one. Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Dudes.
Yeah, Connor, not your business. As I came, I laughed at Johnny Frost. As we all did.
Dude, having Johnny Frost back, and which none of us remembered his name, and I still have to look at it. Brent Stone.
Brant Stone.
Is it Brant or Brant?
I think it's Brant.
Okay,
it's
Brant Stone.
I just see him and see Ken Marino.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But I couldn't even remember his name then, and I was going crazy about it.
Yeah.
And he is so dang good.
Yeah, I felt like this episode was like, what do fans want? They want Liv to be a dominatrix. They want Johnny Frost. They want Brant Stone. They want to have like the Major and Liv kind of finally resolve some issues.
We're going to talk about that later.
I know we are, but I'm just saying that's all of that stuff together was like,
this episode.
This is for you, babies.
You know what though? But I
for
really,
you, my babies.
I feel fulfilled then in that way, because I laughed the whole time until the end, and then I cried. So it's fine with me.
So should we burn through the case?
Yeah, we're gonna burn through the case completely.
Okay.
But before we completely burn through the case, I just want to say some of the like funny things that Liv said, because her and Jimmy's conversations were the best part of her being.
Yes,
like,
Jimmy really shined in this one.
Sketch bitch.
Yeah.
Sketch bitch Jimmy.
We've seen Jimmy before, right?
Have we?
I don't know if we have, because Jimmy might be one of those characters that if we've seen him before, I don't think we've really used him.
Exactly.
So he might have come in before. Anyone in the chat recognize him from another episode? Because I feel like they've used sketch artists before.
Right. And they acted like we had known him. Like, it
like
didn't feel like
said,
introductory.
Oh, let's talk to Jimmy. And I had a moment being like, are we supposed to know who Jimmy is?
I thought the exact same thing. And then when they were in there, I was like, I don't recognize this dude. I don't know this dude. But I feel like I'm supposed to know who this dude is. But I loved it anyways. And
I love that Jimmy was instantly in love with Dominatrix Liv.
Oh, yes.
So...
When Clive came in, he was like, next time knock, buddy. Because
All
she,
right.
like, said she was going to throw him over his knee. I loved it.
We've got several answers in the chat. So, Renji was saying that he loves Frost because I'm sorry. Billie Jean says she loves the actor that plays Johnny Frost because he's also Cosmo from The Fairly Odd Parents. So, fun fact if you didn't know that.
Wow.
I did not know that.
This is where my award would be. Now a meme. Now a famous meme.
Danny Ryan says we've seen him a few times. Ivan Soda says, yeah, Dave, we've seen Jimmy in seasons 1 and 2.
Oh, okay. So Jimmy, which is even better. That means Jimmy was just like a random character, and now I feel like we really dived into all
Jimmy.
of his. We know what Jimmy likes.
We know Jimmy now.
Now we know what Jimmy likes.
Danny Ryan says
Nichols Jimmy. That
he
was
and
one of my
Liv had
favorites.
squabbles before.
Oh,
Apparently.
Really?
That would make sense because I guess this probably an episode that. Remember, there was a giant hiatus in the show, so there is some like we've gotten cured from the zombieism ourselves, so we kind of forget a lot of stuff. But
Truth.
yeah, during the hiatus, we all became zombies. We all took the cure. We all kind of forget everything. So, but I imagine there probably is an episode where it's like constantly trying to, because there was one where she was an artist. Now I remember there was one that she was an artist, and she kept trying to take the pen away from the sketch artist.
Oh.
And I bet that was Jimmy.
Apparently, in the episode where she was on Grumpy Old Man Brain, Jimmy and her were not getting along at all. She was really mean to him. He wasn't liking
That's a
it.
whole nother one.
So-
That's
I
a whole
don't
different
remember
one.
any of this at all, but to me, the actor who plays Jimmy, I'm like, I think he's been on a few commercials. That's where I recognize Jimmy. I'm like, I'm pretty sure he's doing well commercially. Is what I'm thinking.
Oh, chat, you're amazing. The infamous Blaine Chin. I remember the artist episode now. He's like trying to draw it, and she's like, "You're not
Right.
getting Blaine right." Oh, you guys are great.
Right, because they're trying to draw blame.
Yeah.
Like I still vaguely remember Jimmy though.
Yeah.
So, but I'm glad
Point is, he's a commercial.
Jimmy's in commercials.
Yeah.
Don't know which one. If y'all know that.
Apparently, Donnie's new flunky also tried to sell Major Utopium early in season 2. So all of these people are back for a second time around.
You know what? That's great. Good on Rob Thomas. Good
Yes.
on like keeping track of all these
For
minor
real,
characters.
dude. And I have to say, that's cool because I wondered if we had seen that kid before or if we would. I mean, obviously, we're going to continue to see him now because I think he's
Yeah.
going to be a zombie. But like, the minute he was introduced in this episode, I was like, dude, that kid's a good actor. They better like keep him around
Yeah.
because I like
Right.
his character and he's.
Yeah, and also, I mean, that's one thing that's good about Rob Thomas's shows in general is he always kind of keeps track of his favorite actors. Like we
Yeah,
have
dude.
Camerino coming into this show, and he was from Veronica Mars. So, and I think the guy that plays Johnny Frost, I think he was in Veronica Mars.
Was he
too.
really?
I think he was.
Then they finally gave them a scene together, so
So
that's cool.
they brought him back. So I remember Camerino's character because he was that PI guy that was so skeevy.
Yeah.
But
He's seriously, he is so good. And like, I don't know why. I mean, we all know that because he's in so many things and he's so good in everything. But especially being on this show, and I don't know if it's because it's weird to see him in this realm, you know what I mean? Like, or whatnot. But him sitting in the interrogation, I was like, dude, he's just flawless. Like, everything that he says back, like, he doesn't even have to punch jokes anymore. He just, like, says it and it's hilarious. And everybody's like, ah, that's so witty. He's just perfect. He's really, really good. He's really good, and
He's
I'd like
the
to.
best.
He really is, and all I kept thinking
Camerino's
is
just the best man in the
seriously.
world.
And all I kept thinking, I was like, I hope I meet him one day, and I hope that he is like an awesome person because I think
Yeah.
he's so good, and I'll be bummed if he's not. I know that we're jumping around a lot, you guys, tonight, but it was like kind of one of those episodes where like we don't
Yeah.
have to like go point, you know what I mean? Maybe let us know if you feel that way, and we'll go that way.
Okay.
We'll go that way though. I mean, we'll talk a little bit about Roxanne Greer, Sweet Lady Payne. She was the
Yeah.
one who gave the brains.
I do like this was interesting because they do this sometimes where it doesn't always start with a cold open about like where you see the person die.
Right.
And they purposely, I feel like, didn't do it in this episode because the flashbacks were so strong.
Yes.
The flashbacks were like and reoccurring because of the blue juice that the brain was in. So when we did go into the flashbacks, one thing I noticed, especially because we're watching it with closed captions, is that the voice of Sweet Lady Payne was Liv. So they just kept Liv's voice. They didn't cast the different voice.
Oh my
the
god, I
other thing
didn't
is,
realize
we
that.
didn't get the cool. We usually get a filter, and it seems like we're seeing it through the person's eyes.
Yeah.
But like, you get the sense that Liv is in the room. Like, it's a clear frame.
Yeah.
And she's fully there.
Yeah, and we hear her voice. So I actually thought they were going to build up to a problem with the flashback. Like, she couldn't get out of it. Like, she can't get out of Dominatrix. But that obviously didn't happen.
I mean, but I'm just going to throw it out there that maybe it will.
We'd be okay with it, writers.
But if
Yeah.
that was the case, then Major wouldn't have survived the night.
This
like,
is a true
you
statement.
know?
This is
That's
a
what
true
I'm saying.
statement.
You know?
Yeah, this is a true statement. There was something that I was going to say about that, and then it just like, whoop, went
okay.
straight out of my mind. No, I got to find it because it was like a good thought. It was a good thought.
We'll wait. It's okay.
No, because
Just
it's going to
keep it.
strain my brain, and I can't think about it, and I'm really pissed about that because it was
The
a
blue
really good
juice,
thought.
was it about the
Yeah,
blue
it
juice?
was about the blue juice.
I do like how they brought in the brain that they were trying to like use.
Yeah.
But I was a little confused. It's kind of hard to always keep track of like who's sick, what they're doing to kind of keep how many cure like plungers that they have.
I know what I was going to say.
Okay, here it is.
That we finally got to, I just spit too. We finally got to see what Liv looks like when she's having the vision. They kept it on her the entire
Right,
time.
that
yes.
was good.
Thank
That was good.
God.
And especially since the vision seemed to be really strong this time, and everyone
Yes.
kept commenting about how she's just staring blankly every
Yes.
single time.
Even though I have to say that one line delivery from that one Fillmore Graves lady when she's like,
Yeah.
maybe we should reboot her. I was like, oh, stop it.
Yeah.
It was a lackluster line to me. Maybe it was meant to be that way, but I was like, we could have gone without that one. Anyways,
It's also
let's-
because we had to hear it 3 times because the machine we were watching on kept breaking at that point. So it was weird because it kept saying like maybe we should reboot her right as the whole system was going down.
You guys have to know that for whatever reason, every week us trying to watch the show, it has been dramatic
It's tough.
every
The
time.
internet or the universe, they're interchangeable. They did
Technology
want us
does
to-
not like it.
Yeah.
The gods are actively against
Yeah.
us.
Yeah, they do not want us to watch it. They always want us to start late. It's not our fault.
Sometimes it's a baseball game. Sometimes it's this.
It's not fair. But anyways,
Yeah.
going back to our shiznit, we had D.A. Baracus, which we've seen D.A. Baracus before
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
also many times, but I barely honestly remembered him all that much for whatever reason.
He was the guy that was like, "Get off my case."
Yeah.
That guy.
Yeah,
Or-
and he's the zombie running for mayor.
Oh right. Oh, that
Yeah.
guy. It was that guy. Okay.
But
cool.
I did like them interrogating somebody who was a zombie for once, and Liv being able to be like, dude, I saw the visions, man.
I ate the.
Yeah, I ate the
brain.
brains. I saw the visions. I know you were there. I kind of enjoyed that for once.
I kind of missed that he was a zombie. So when she said that, I was like, "Wait, what?"
Wait, what? You're not
I
allowed
kind
to
of
say
forgot,
that.
except I remembered in the previous scene he was drenching something in hot sauce,
sauce?
and I think that was the subtle way for us dummies who were
To
watching the
remember?
show to be like, "Oh, it's a lot of hot sauce, so that means
That
it's
means
a
he's
zombie."
won. That means he's won. And then we got our lovely
Or it's Cajun.
Johnny Frost and Brant. Oh, God, I'm never gonna get it right.
Brandstone.
And Brandstone, which were lovely to have back, and hopefully they come back again because they were funny and perfect. And I
Oh,
kind
yeah.
of thought we got the end of Johnny Frost. I was concerned that we had the end of Johnny Frost.
Well, as Johnny Frost brings up, every time there's a sex worker gets killed, he's going to be in the mix, no matter what the sex worker is.
That's beautiful.
So.
Call me next time a plumber is killed. Are you hanging
Yeah.
out with a lot of plumbers?
I kind of hope in a couple episodes
Yes.
next, I hope like 3 episodes pass or next season, a plumber gets killed and Johnny Frost
You
comes
know
in.
that they'll do that.
I hope they do
They
that.
absolutely will do that. There's no way they won't.
Davey Elmer reminds us that D.A. Baracus was Peyton's former boss.
Right.
Oh yes, how could I forget
There's a
that? We
lot
didn't
of
get any
zombies to keep
Peyton.
track. No
and-
Peyton.
No Peyton and Blaine
No
at
Blaine.
all in this episode.
No.
Which like I normally am very, very, very upset about Blaine not being in an episode. But like I watched last week's episode today since I like wasn't here, so I
Right.
got my Blaine fixed today before I got here. So we're okay.
I keep thinking like they're not going the way with Blaine like I thought they would. Like I thought for sure that they were going to have it so Blaine's memories were going to come back. He's lying to them about them not coming back, and that he's just becoming an evil SOB under their noses without them knowing it.
I know, and like I know that this is not last week's episode, so I'm gonna make this very quickly. But I've always been on Blaine's side. But actually watching the episode, it was the first time ever that I was like, I think everybody's right. I think Blaine's getting his memories back, and he's lying about it because
Right.
something about him seemed it was the first time that I was like, something's
So
up with
See,
you.
I thought they were gonna pull a Spike from Buffy, where he does try to be better, and then he has that terrible, terrible relapse where you're
Me
like,
too.
oh no, your true nature is kind of just a mean dick.
Right.
Like, it wouldn't surprise me if they went that way with Blaine. Like, he is good, but like when he pushed into a corner and forced into some stuff, like maybe just a raging dick deep down inside.
The point is, he's not in this episode at all. So it's
Yeah.
weird that we take a break from like, where's Blaine at? We're all watching Blaine to see where he's gonna land, and instead they kind of step away from him.
Blaine. It's because they had to focus on Major, which we're
Yeah.
still going to talk about at the end. So we're just going to really quick end this case so we can get closer to him.
Right.
It ends with James Weckler. James Weckler peeping Tom. It ends with James Weckler.
You did
Yeah,
it.
yeah. Well, I do want to touch upon. I do love Babs in an ice cream outfit.
Yeah.
We do have to talk about that.
We do have to talk about that scene because that was Ravi and Liv also walking
Yeah.
and like Ravi not knowing how to, like, all of a sudden he's doing like these weird little walks like with
Right.
his feet, like he might as well be prancing.
And him listing safe words he could
Yeah.
possibly have.
Yes.
I kind of like
It
that.
was beautiful, and yes, Babs in that outfit was one of. It was honest.
Yeah.
It was slightly sexual.
It was a nice.
Babs.
You got. That's your thing. We all have things. It's
We all
okay.
have things. Something
For some,
about.
for
something
some
about
it's
one of those little
Liv.
hats.
You want Liv in a dominatrix outfit. Some
Yes.
people like that, and some people like Babs in a tight ice cream outfit.
Yeah, with one of those like parlor hat. What were those like singing groups?
Barbershop quartets.
Yes, with one of the
Just-
barbershop quartet hats.
Just scooping that ice cream.
Just scoop.
Oh boy.
Just scoop.
Yeah.
Get the
No.
big
Yeah.
scoops.
Oh, I'm
Put
scared.
them on the cone.
No, it's gone too far.
Scoop. Get the cherry on top. Oh, drizzle, drizzle. Put
like a
the hot
scary
fudge
clown. I
on.
don't
Yeah, yeah.
Allowing him to go this far because his voice keeps getting deeper and deeper, and I'm like, how deep can you take it? No, don't.
So deep. Oh, yeah.
We've
I don't know
absolutely
what
lost our
happened.
minds today, you guys. Okay, we already talked about Donnie, kind of. But we do know now that Utopia is still around.
Yeah.
Which we haven't talked about Utopia in a hot minute.
Well, in the previous episode, I think it was mentioned briefly, right? Like, I think there was kind of Utopia seems to be the go-to drug that people
Right.
get. So when you have someone who's taking drugs or always on drugs, they always seem to be on Utopian. 'Cause
Right.
that seems to keep coming back.
But, like, maybe I missed something, but how is Donnie still getting what they call Lucky You, but this new kid calls the U-Bus? But how is he still getting Lucky You if he's not still in contact with Mr. Boss?
Because didn't he find like a big thing of it? They had like all of this.
I just
To the
assume he has some
side.
stored up. Yeah.
Yeah, and then oh god, I wish I could remember the episode.
know.
I believe he found a bunch right after, or right before they wake up Mr. Boss. And then
Okay.
he's trying to figure out, because he's talking with Blaine.
Right.
And he's trying to figure out how to sell it. And it's like, technically it's yours. And Blaine's like, I have memory loss. I don't know what you're talking about. I don't want any part of this.
Oh, okay, yeah. Okay, I
Um,
kind of remember
I
this.
do love how just Donnie's so lonely.
He is.
So
I actually
lonely.
really enjoyed watching him like dance on that bar with one new dude friend, whatever his name is, soon to
Yeah.
be zombie guy. I like
Champagne
thoroughly enjoyed that,
Supernova.
and even him like running that bar. I feel like that's a perfect like little path for Donnie. You know what I mean? Him like running
Right.
that bar and being like that sketchy little bro, man. That's like everybody's coming to my bar. Like I really.
But he's got to be feeling bad because I think there was that time where he's like, I could be the boss. I'm going to be the boss.
Right.
And then he realized, I need a boss.
Exactly.
I need someone to be in control of everything I do.
Exactly, but now he can like run the bar.
Yeah, but he's still under the boot
He
of
is.
Big Daddy Blaine.
But I feel like Big Daddy Blaine's not going to be around as much until Donnie like messes shit up, and then he'll be like,
yeah, well, Big
there
Daddy
to yell
Blaine's
at
going to
him.
come back to deal with Little Boy Blaine
Exactly,
as much as possible.
Little Boy Blaine. Which he kind of is Little Boy Blaine right
Yeah,
now.
right now he's Little Boy Blaine.
Okay.
Would Bad Boy Blaine come out?
Oh,
Who
God.
knows?
I
Right
want-
now he's just Little Boy Blaine.
I really want Bad Boy Blaine back very, very badly because like I just need him back. Anyways, let's move on to Harley Johnson. We're
Right.
just barreling through everything. Don't worry about it, guys. You know, it's whatever. Harley Johnson, who, you know, at the shooting range last week, whatnot. Now they've brought him
Yeah.
in to fill more
White
graves.
supremacist, comes into Fillmore Graves.
Pretty much is what that is, actually. I feel like that's the way they're painting him.
Yeah, and well, he basically just said, I think when he first was...
Yeah, in his first introduction.
When we first met him, he was basically listing all of the white supremacist groups he was in.
One of which believes you don't have to... You only have to obey the laws you choose to obey, and that you shouldn't pay taxes.
Right. So he's like, he's legitimately a white supremacist. So
Solid.
When they say, like, oh, you know, they're going to take him out... there was a moment where it was like, well, you shouldn't hurt anyone.
Well,
you shouldn't take anyone out. But you know,
if you're a white supremacist, I don't care.
So do you think they purposely were setting stuff up so it was? You thought maybe they were putting a bomb in his car when he came in to talk to them?
I didn't think it. I didn't
thought
think
it was
they were
just a
bugging
bug?
it. Yeah.
I thought it was like first a bug and then they put like stuff in the car that made it look like it was maybe going to be a bomb.
Do you think maybe they still did that?
Maybe, but I feel like we would have seen it explode in the episode.
Or they're just keeping it there
That's
at any point.
another...
Joelle is like,
don't know.
I don't even know. It's
I don't know
almost
about none
11
of this.
o'clock.
I do know the chat is saying that it's Hartley Johns, not Harley Johnson.
It's Harley Johns, yeah.
So Hartley Johns? Yes.
Harley.
Hi, that's what I said, you guys. I don't know what you're talking about. Apparently John's.
Yeah, I don't. He had a secret that you didn't tell him. He's like, did you mention that the Chaos Killer was probably other zombies?
Yeah, it
Yeah.
showed. He revealed how much that organization actually knows about the situation, and it turns out they know a lot.
Yeah, they
So
do.
they know how many zombies are kind of around. They know all the Chaos Killer victims are zombies, so that must mean they're probably going to target Chaos Killer victims
Totally.
in the next episode. So that's gonna come up again.
Yes.
He also didn't sound like a man defeated. Like, he was not concerned with the fact
No.
that they had discovered any of his
Right.
information or even looking into him. I think they've got a plan, and I think it's going to be pretty devastating for Graves. I don't think they see this coming at all.
Agreed. The war is
Right.
about to begin, but I really want to know who was on the other side of that phone call with him, because I'm sure it's somebody that we already know.
You think?
Yeah.
Because I was thinking that was just being like, oh, these are all the militia people he knows. So I think this is just building up the fact that there's a network of rednecky guys that are kind of going
Totally
after
rednecky.
zombies. Yeah.
Yeah, it reminds me
Rednecky.
a little bit of home.
Good old white supremacist home.
Yeah, right. Good old Kentucky. Hey. But I think we're gonna know who's on the other on the other end with him. And for whatever reason, I kept thinking it sounded like Donnie, which there's no way that it is. But I was like, is that Donnie on the other end?
Is Donnie? Yeah, but Donnie would be the type of guy that would just be like, now I'm gonna go against zombies.
Yeah, I feel like Donnie dips in like every little thing because he's like, yeah, man, why wouldn't I? You know, it could be Donnie.
You are a zombie. Dude.
Well, yeah, bugged car. Bro worked with Super Rager. Okay, I'm just going through my notes, making sure.
Super Rager. So when they're fighting in the fields, are we on that yet? Kind of major fighting.
Yeah. Let's go to
Okay.
Major. Let's get in there.
So Major's fighting in the fields, and they take the Super Rager.
Yeah.
And I totally forgot that that's something that gives zombies a boost. It kind of makes them super zombies.
Yeah, I had that moment as well. I wrote that down. I was like, I don't trust that, and then I was like, oh no, that's what they. Okay,
that's
that
what they
answers
do.
the
It's
most.
going to be fine.
Yeah.
Now you can do parkour. That's just what it means.
Seriously, the
Yeah.
way that he was jumping around after that, I was like, spider monkey everywhere.
I just wanted him to do breakdance moves for
It
1
was
second.
pretty cool. And when he went up the wall, it was like, I mean, obviously, it was very clear that they had him suspended in whatever way, because I mean, the minute he would make a jump, it would be like, it was really lovely. But it still looked really, really cool. I was like, that was fun.
Lily White.
You know, if you don't know, Joelle's really falling asleep over here.
I
It's cracking me up.
This episode was so much to deal with. And between Major, what's gonna happen? I really thought we were gonna get seen at the end where Major wakes up, and I think that maybe I'm just really bummed about the fact that we did not get any progression with Major.
Well,
we knew this point was coming. We knew he was gonna get the shot, and I'm like, why are we burying the lead on this? What happened?
This is true, which we can go ahead and talk about, because I mean, there's
First
Right?
we have to talk about the fact that how they set this up, I thought was really nice, with the stabbings. How he got like stabbed like 36 times.
And
or
we were
something
reminded
like
that like if he took the cure and became human right then, he would react to those wounds.
I thought that was a good way of delaying it and kind of having an excuse to kind of wait out and have this moment where they get to talk to him before he takes the cure. And so I really appreciated that with the episode. I think that's the strongest part of the episode because I didn't quite connect the dots on that until they kind of said it.
Right.
So when he was healing, they had to save him a couple times. They had to take out the fluid of his lungs and kind of have him there. And then he has kind of come to zombie Jesus moment. And he figures out that he's talking to Liv. And he's honest with Liv. And they finally have a moment where they get to kind of...
A moment.
It's just nice because it's also... I just kept thinking... The last couple of episodes, I'm like, I guess Liv is still grieving that one boyfriend, but come on.
Right, I did too. I was like, well, yeah, I thought we were just done with Major and Liv.
I thought
right?
they got too. Look here, they were friends first, then they were lovers.
Right.
But we didn't see them as friends. We saw them as lovers.
Right, but we knew that they were friends. And what I really appreciate about the show is that this came about naturally. Like I didn't want them to be forced back together. I didn't want a big episode where the storyline was like, and finally they're coming back together, because that felt so unauthentic to what they've developed these two as, which is like they are dope ass friends. Like they're really good people to each other, and I'm glad that it took this moment of being like, well, all of our great memories are going to be gone, and it feels like, and it doesn't even feel like them getting back together so much as like them remembering that they loved each other in that way at all, period. And so going forward, like Liv gets to keep this memory, presumably. So what goes on with her after this is that's good, like plot fodder. Like that's good stuff. I'm looking forward to that story.
No, you put that so perfectly. I went on that journey with you all over again.
I should have filmed you when you were watching it because you were having a lot of emotions as they were getting back together.
Legit, like when that scene first started and the thought of him losing his memories, I like turned to Joelle and I was like, it's fine. I mean, who cares if Major loses his memories? Because I mean, like, Blaine, it was a little bit different because he was going to forget that he was a bad dude. But I was like, Major, it's fine. Major can forget them. Who really cares?
He becomes a bad dude?
Yeah, which I'm thinking too, but we'll get to that in predictions. But then as it progressed and they start talking about all these things and like their first kiss and all these things, just like slowly, I was like, I never even wanted Major and Liv together, and all of a sudden I'm like having all these feelings about it. It was a lot for me to handle, you guys.
I thought it was probably the most delicate way they could have handled that relationship, and I really appreciated it until the following morning. Well, first of all, Ravi's long look out the window broke my heart because y'all know how I feel about Ravi. I love him so much.
Ravi was just like, I heard them having sex all night. And I couldn't sleep at all.
God, I miss Peyton. So I liked that. I loved his little speech when he comes in. He's like, I had a great speech, but you're not even gonna remember it.
I know.
So why even bother? Just agree that it was amazing. But then, he gives him the shot, which you have to. I just don't like ending at a moment we knew was going to happen. It brought the whole episode way down for me.
I think that was fine because, to me, they set up the fact that his memories are going to fade with time because they already set that rule, so they're not, forgetting that rule and making it so, this is a super cure, so you'll forget right away. Because that's what you really need at the end of the episode was for him to be like, who are you guys?
I know, right? I was afraid of that.
But what Rob Thomas seems to do, and iZombie does, is it's CW's really well. So it has these shipping moments. It has these really kind of corny, kind of love triangles all the time. But they do it in a way that feels realistic and with a sense of humor, but also it just doesn't feel like they're forcing it. It doesn't have that moment. So it's everything they do they know it'll take time, and I think it's nice that they ended it where they did.
I agree.
Because you're also gonna have, I think we're gonna have Liv go down another spiral in next week's episode.
Yeah,
we didn't even get a taste of that in the teaser though for next week. I'm concerned about I guess I just wanted to know, right away, does Major remember or no? They said it's gonna be a slow fade.
I know.
I get that part. It didn't feel like a complete circle for me.
But it's going to be even more of a dramatic ride because he's gonna slowly be losing his memory.
Yeah.
So next episode, I think by the
Yeah,
end of
Alzheimer's
next
episode?
episode, I think by the end of next episode, he's not gonna have any of his memories anymore. But I think the whole next episode is gonna be about him losing his memories,
it.
which has like it means that they have more to do, and also that's gonna be a problem with the Fillmore Graves, who he's a big part of.
Yeah.
So if he forgets all this training for like Fillmore Graves or something.
I think we should go into predictions
Yes.
because that's what we're starting to do.
As we slowly transition over there, Connor in the chat says, "You guys didn't cry with Major. You're monsters."
I did.
I cried.
Listen, don't listen to them. I wept. I wept. I feel with you.
I
It
was
was-
a visible mess.
They were both.
There was
shocked.
just snot everywhere.
Listen, he didn't have time. He had to be the one to keep going. Rewind, play, rewind, fast
Rewind.
forward, rewind,
Yeah.
fast forward, rewind.
It's you
play.
also have to realize as we watched it, it was a lot of like, listen, live, don't let us
It really was.
listen, live, don't let us forget about our. Listen, live, don't let. And it was like it was a tough
It was
watching experience.
torturous.
It was. Okay, what's our predictions?
Well, I want to talk about predicting what Major Lillywhite's new name will be.
Oh my god, I loved that so much.
Because I love the idea that he's like, bring me back, but don't make it as ridiculous. And I say, no, that's the one thing I wouldn't do. You're coming back. It's going to be more ridiculous.
Oh, of course.
Welcome.
That's what friends are for.
Yep.
Captain Black Delilah. That's
Black
what,
Delilah.
no.
he's evil now.
I love that, but I love that you still kept it along with Major
Yeah.
Lily
Yeah,
White,
yeah, it has to
Captain
be.
Black Delilah.
Lieutenant Blue Sunflower.
I love it. I support
Oh
that.
my
Okay, I support
God.
all of those.
What? Give me. I want to hear suggestions from the.
Chat,
From the
please hit
audience.
us up with your
Yeah.
suggestions.
Seriously.
I would like some alliteration, like
Yeah.
General Jerry Germanium.
General Grade.
Give me these great like superhero captain names.
Yeah.
Oh, so delicious. I don't
Yes.
know what's gonna happen
Carno
next week.
chamomile.
Oh, Lord.
Okay.
I think that Major is going to lose his memories and go back to the bad team because we do forget he was the
I-
chaos killer before. Like he was he wasn't killing the zombies, but like that was kind of like his goal
Yeah, but
originally.
isn't that gonna feel a little on the nose? Isn't that gonna
Yes,
feel?
and I hope it doesn't happen. And
that
maybe
feels like bad CW. This is good
Right.
CW.
Okay, well, in good CW, then maybe him and Liv will like slowly be on the track to being in love again. And
I think what might happen is he falls in love with someone else.
oh my god,
Look
I
at
know.
you. That's good CW though.
That's good CW.
That's good CW.
That's good CW because he's
Okay.
just a new person. He's entirely new. He doesn't remember his life with Liv.
then it's gonna be what's her butt, Natalie,
But
Oh.
Natalie's gonna forget too.
because she just came back. They finally brought Natalie back in this.
Oh.
in
They
last
bond over
episode,
the
in
idea that
last
they
episode.
don't know who they are. That
Yep.
could be. Maybe that could
Dude,
be.
that's gonna be it. That's gonna be it. It's gonna be him and Natalie. Oh man, you just broke my heart kind of a little bit.
Yeah. It's gonna be
I-
tough for Liv no matter what.
Here's the thing though. They're not going to let Major out of their sight. Like, Major technically doesn't need to go back to Fillmore Graves because, you know, he's got them. Like,
Yeah.
he's living in the house. They're going to be teaching him stuff. Maybe showing him his Facebook to jog his memory because that's
True.
what I would do if a friend who got their brain wiped. I'd be like,
True, we got
here's
Facebook."
your Facebook and all of your
I would
emotions for
take
the last
all
10
the
years.
I would take all the pictures and statuses from Facebook and I'll just set it to I will remember
Oh,
you.
no.
You
Stop.
will this was when we went hiking and you said you would give me $50 and you've
I
yet
mean,
to give
all
me
you
$50.
just all you just did for me
Oh,
was like make me want to watch Dawson's Creek
Oh
when
my
I get home.
God.
I'm gonna do it.
I also think there's going to be a lot more. It's something that kind of blew by in the episode, but really stuck with me, was the fact that Hottie McHotterson, the Major's friend, who dropped
Jordan,
him off,
I know.
now
Is it
knows
Jordan?
that
Is
there
that
is
cure?
a cure, and which to a zombie race trying to create their own nation might feel a lot like genocide,
Yeah, agreed.
or like a cleansing of some sort that they
Right.
would not want. And so I think it'll be. He clearly gets along with the clan. He ate the raw brain. He enjoyed that. We know Liv is getting a new boyfriend. I think, right?
Yeah. Is his
so-
name Jordan, guys? Is his name Jordan? It's Jordan, right?
Maybe the thing is, I think
Whatever.
that I'm waiting for Fillmore
Dude.
Graves to be kind of flip and get on the evil side.
I know, that's what I keep thinking too.
Yeah,
I'm
so
ready to see that
what
switch.
might happen is them discovering the zombie cure.
Yeah.
Might be the thing to do it.
Dig
might
it.
flip them.
I support that. On that note, y'all, that's all we got time for tonight. I'm sure
Hope
we
you
missed
enjoyed
things. If we did and
Justin,
you want to
not
talk
Jason.
about them, Justin. It's Justin?
Yes.
It's Justin.
Yeah.
Justin.
Also, send. Why don't you tweet me all your Captain Lily-White names
Yes.
or Major Lily-White
Me
names?
too, me too, me too.
All of us.
Private
Tweet all of
Flytrap
us.
Me too, me
Green
too.
was one. Private Flytrap Green is my favorite one
Dude,
so
that's a
far.
good one.
Love
Way
it.
to be
Keep
Connor.
tweeting them, you guys. We will see you next week. Remember all of us.
I'm Dave Child. You can find me at MR Dave Child everywhere on the internet or DaveChild.com.
I do opening. It's really late. You can find me on the internet at blackgirlnerds.com and every week at Joelle Monique because it's late.
And I'm Hannah Prichard. You all can follow me on Instagram and Twitter at the Hotshot Dude. We killed it tonight. Love you guys.
Remember us. Remember us.
Oh, God.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
I will remember you.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.